Hey guys, it's Mr. Hang. I just want to make a video for you for module 7.1 day 1. Some of you guys have already worked on this and some of you guys are waiting for the next day to work on it, okay? So I just wanted to make sure you guys get some review, and if you needed help and couldn't make it to tutorial, here it is. So today we're going to basically be solving a 1 and 2 step inequalities. Basically, an inequality is anything other than an equal sign. Okay, for instance, this is the equal sign, right? However, we are not going to use the equal sign. We're going to use greater than or less than. And also, there's also this right here, which is also an inequality, right? It's the opposite of equal. And then you also have greater than or equal to and less than or equal to, okay? So these are examples of inequalities right there. That's what we're going to work with today. Which is the opposite of anything that equals. So let's move forward now. I'm getting used to this, so forgive me if I go slow. Let's move on to the next page here. So here are the steps for solving it. I'll tell you this. We've already done stuff like this already. The only difference here is number 3, okay? You know that we're going to make the constant a 0, right? The constant is 0. By adding or subtracting to undo the operation, and then we're gonna make the division and multiplication. We're gonna make the coefficient, right? And remember, a coefficient is that thing in front of a variable. We're gonna make it a 1, okay? And then this one right here, we'll figure it out as we move through. So, okay, let me erase that. As you can see here, this is what we've done before, right? Where we add 6, right? Because we want to make the constant a 0. And remember that line here, you put a 6 here, and then you have, this is 0, 6 plus 6 is 12, and then you bring down the 3n right here, and then you bring down the equal sign, and now if you divide 3n by 3 and 12 by 3, you get n equals 4. And if you want to know if it's right, you just plug it into that n. 3 times 4 is 12, and then minus 6 is 6. Therefore, this is correct. So this is correct. Okay, so here's the problem of the day, which again, you're supposed to try it, but I'm not going to do that one. So here's the one that you're going to work on new that is the same thing, but you have an inequality instead of equal sign. So all you got to do is, first of all, draw that line that you usually draw right after the inequality. And then you want to go ahead and read the steps here, right? So you want to make the constant a 0, right? So what is the constant here next to the variable? You got to make that a positive 5 because you want to undo that negative. And then if you do that to one side, you got to do it to the other. And right here, you can combine, right? So 7 minus 5 will give you 2. And it's going to be a negative 2 because this one's bigger, feels bigger than the positive 5, right? And then this becomes a 0, okay? And by the way, if you still can't figure this out, I made a video on how to do this, okay? So you guys got to go and look at that video. I had a lot of detail in it. So now you got to bring down the y, okay? You got to bring down the y. And then you got to bring down that greater sign. This is the greater sign, okay? So now you got y is greater than negative 2. I hate this line here, so I'm just going to rewrite that y is greater than negative 2 right here. So this is your answer. Well, how do you check if it's right? Well, usually I tell you to go here and put the 2 in here and then, figure out if this is this. However, that's not how you do it with inequalities. You want to plug into the graph to see if the solutions are true right here, if this is right. So to check to see what solutions are there for y, you want to go ahead and always start from the number that you have next to that inequality. So you want to start here, which is the negative 2, right? So I'm going to put a circle on top of it, and I'll tell you why. So when you put a circle, that is the point as where you're going to graph it, okay? So according to this is negative 2, so I'm going to try to graph negative 2. However, we want to know if we want to fill this up with a shaded in, okay? We either shade it in or we leave it unshaded, okay? So let me erase the shade. So I'm going to leave it like this for a second. So we want to know if it's going to be an open circle, which is not shaded, or is it going to be a closed circle, right? So this is closed and this is open. So how do we know, how do we figure out whether or not this dot here is going to be open or closed? Well, what you want to do is you want to plug in, take this -2 here, and then plug it into y. You see this y right here? Plug it into y, so -2 greater than -2. You want to ask, is this a true solution? Is -2, when you plug it into y, is it greater than -2? No, it is not. That doesn't make sense, right? They are equal. So if it is not, if the -2 here is not greater than -2, then you're going to keep it an open circle because it doesn't exist. There's not a solution. That's not a solution. -2 is not a -2. Now, you're not done yet because now you have to draw the arrow. According to this greater sign here, the arrow is going to the right. Okay, you see here? So we're going to draw an arrow from the circle to the right. Now, let's check to see if this is true or not. Is 3, right here, is 3 greater than -2? Is 3 greater than -2? Yeah, it is, right? Let's pick another one on the line. Well, let's pick -1. Is -1 greater than -2? Yes, it is. Remember, guys, when we go to the right, the numbers get bigger. Even though this is smaller than this, it looks smaller. It is not. It's still bigger than -2. Is 4 greater than -2? Yeah, it is. Is 1,000,000 greater than -2? Yes. So this right here, my friends, is the correct graph, but also this is the correct answer. Okay? Moving on. Let's move on to another one. This one looks pretty similar. This one right here is a little different, and the reason why is because now not only are we gonna make the constant a 0, make the coefficient a 1, it says if you divide by negative, the inequality reverses. Okay, so keep that in mind when we do this. So again, we're gonna do that line thing, right? We're gonna subtract 10. So now we have 50 right here. We know this is 0, right? We bring down the inequality, which is the less than sign. And then we know that we bring this down, which is -10y. Okay? So -10y is less than 50. Now, again, we have to make the y a what? We have to make it a 1y. To do that, okay, pay attention to this part. We have to divide this by a -10, okay? And the reason why is because we want to get rid of that negative. If we divide it by a positive, it's still going to have a -1y. And we don't want that. We want a positive 1y. So again, we do this to the same side, on the other side, and then this goes away. This becomes a positive y, okay? And now, if you divide 50 and -10, you're going to get a -5, okay? However, what do we say right here? If you divide, okay, not subtract, okay, if you divide by a negative, the inequality reverses. So instead of having the less than sign, we're going to have what? We're going to have the greater than sign. And then we're going to say y and this -5 here. So this is your actual answer. However, we want to check to see if it's correct or not. So how do we know? Well, let's start from 5 on the graph, right? We're going to use this number here to start from. So we have -5 right here. I'm going to draw a circle. Okay. Well, is it going to be open or is it going to be closed? Right? Remember, open looks like this and closed is shaded in. So how do we figure out whether or not that dot right here on top of the -5 is going to be open or closed? Well, just plug it into the y right here, right? So I'm going to use black color. So I'm going to say, let's put the y up here, right? Because it just looks better up here. So y is greater than -5. Is -5 greater than -5? No, it is not. Therefore, it's going to be an open circle, okay? And then which way do you go? Well, it says the arrow goes to the right. Okay. So now is, I don't know, -1, is -1 greater than -5? Yeah, it is, right? So this one's good. Let's say, is 1 greater than -5? Yeah. So that's how you do that. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys understood something. I hope you guys gained something from this. If anything else, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace. Wait, it won't let me stop the recording.